back to the Hustle Rewritten Show, the space where we challenge hustle culture, rewrite the rules, and redefine what power looks like. I'm CJ, your host and resident rule bender, and today's guest. She doesn't just bend rules, she redefines them and heals. Joining me is Rebel Roz, the face and force behind The Sophisticated Rebel, a YouTube and TikTok platform for women who know that rebellion can be powerful and polished. She's a content creator, culture commentator, and one of Systopia's boldest voices. Roz, welcome to the show, sis. I've been dying to have this conversation with you.
CJ, thank you, love. You know me. I'm always ready to stir the pot, but with class and a good lip gloss. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. Let's start with the basics. Who is Rebel Roz, and what is the Sophisticated Rebel all about?
Well, CJ, I'm a storyteller, truth teller, and maybe a little bit of a disruptor. The Sophisticated Rebel is my digital playground, a YouTube series where I talk about everything from power dynamics to modern femininity to the art of living bold but balanced. It's for women who know they don't fit neatly into anyone's box. You can be rebellious without being reckless, outspoken without being out of order, and powerful without being performative. That's what the movement is all about. Class with an edge.
Since I've known you, that was always the energy you gave, poised but unpredictable. Have you always been rebellious?
Oh, absolutely. I was born with questions in my mouth. Why this rule? Who said that's the only way? I've always challenged systems, but I wasn't the flip the table kind of rebel. Growing up, people made assumptions about me because I didn't have a bunch of piercings or wore gothic clothing. People assumed that I was just like them. I guess I presented normal or something. And I always hated those stereotypes because what is normal? I always admired people who weren't afraid to go against the grain in terms of their self-expression or in how they viewed the world. My rebellion has always been quiet confidence, strategic, intentional. I didn't need to scream to be heard. Sometimes the most rebellious thing you can do is move with calm certainty while everyone else is shouting for attention. Because here's the true tea. If you really want to win the battle on these streets, you have to move in a way that they don't see coming.
Wow, that is powerful. I love looking at things from a new perspective. And you are right. Moving in silence takes on a whole new meaning in a world where everyone feels like they have to share everything about their life online. I absolutely love that. Now, let's switch gears. Let's talk about the why. Why do you think the world needs sophisticated rebels right now?
Because the extremes are exhausting. The world is either telling women to stay quiet and be nice, or to be loud and unfiltered all the time. But real change happens somewhere in the middle, in the space where confidence meets composure. Sophisticated rebels are the bridge builders, the thinkers, the women who disrupt without destroying. We challenge toxic norms with intelligence, not impulsiveness. We bring balance back into the conversation. The world needs more of that energy, strong, grounded, and self-aware. Given the times that we are in, I feel like the most rebellious thing you can do is to maintain your composure.
It does feel like that, doesn't it? It feels like being a voice of reason makes you an outsider nowadays, which is so wild.
I know. Crazy, right?
Yeah. So what inspired you to actually create this platform? Why the Sophisticated Rebel?
I got tired of people assuming rebellion had to look like rage. When people hear rebel, they think loud, mean, obnoxious, or angry. But rebellion is simply refusing to accept what doesn't serve you and doing it with style. And I don't mean the latest red bottom, Chanel bag, trips to Dubai kind of style. I wanted to show that you can be a woman who loves to luxuriate and still fights for change. You can be a leader and have a soft life. The Sophisticated Rebel was my way of showing that depth and duality are not contradictions. They're the new standard. I recently watched a TikTok, I can't remember the person's name, but they were talking about how flex culture turned quiet luxury into something that you can't identify. I love that. because wearing flashy things or being loud and proud on the internet doesn't move real conversations forward. It keeps us stuck.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have to be able to move beyond the surface if we want to see anything meaningful happen. So, for the women listening who feel that same rebellious spark but aren't sure where to start, what's your advice?
First, know your values. That's your foundation. Second, stay grounded. Class is your armor. You don't need to clap back when you know who you are. Third, pick your battles and your lipstick wisely. I like a good neutral tone personally. And finally, be intentional. Sophisticated rebels move differently because we know rebellion isn't about chaos. It's about clarity. You can still shake things up without burning everything down. Be bold, but keep your elegance intact.
Yes, Roz, that right there is the quote of the day. Rebellion isn't about chaos, it's about clarity. All right, y'all. If this conversation didn't awaken your inner rebel, I don't know what will. Huge thank you to Rebel Roz for bringing the fire, the finesse, and the reminder that class and conviction can coexist.
Thank you so much, CJ. Keep it classy and rebellious.
If you love this episode, don't forget to drop a comment and tell us how you're rewriting the rules. Subscribe to the Hustle Rewritten on Substack for more real, raw, and unfiltered convos. And grab the Hustle Rewritten Soft Life Planner to start rewriting your hustle in life, career, and business. Until next time, stay sassy, stay strategic, and keep it sophisticated.